This is the TAF Hub, a show brought to you by TAF Africa Global to educate you on real estate matters, to mentor you and inspire you.
After 48 years of working and also traveling all over the world, I am ready to share my experience with you, especially those young ones who follow me for inspiration.
Always with me. TAF Africa Global. TAF Africa Global. TAF Africa. TAF Africa. TAF Africa. TAF Africa Global. 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 TAF Africa. Always with me. Always. TAF Africa. Always with me. Always. TAF Africa Global. Always with me. Always. With me. TAF Africa Global. TAF Africa Global. TAF Africa Global. TAF Africa. TAF Africa. TAF Africa. TAF Africa Global. 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 Love ya. Always with me. TAF Africa Global. TAF Africa Global. TAF Africa. TAF Africa. TAF Africa. TAF Africa Global. 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 TAF Africa. Always with me. Always. TAF Africa. Always with me. Always. TAF Africa Global. Always with me. Always. With me. TAF Africa Global. TAF Africa Global. TAF Africa Global. TAF Africa. TAF Africa. TAF Africa. TAF Africa Global. 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 TAF Africa.
Everything that I have had in my life was given to me by the Gambia. I was trained, raised, and made a name in the Gambia. So I think it is time to give back to the Gambia. So what we're doing now is part of our strategy on corporate social responsibility.
As I look across the hall, one gets the impression that this event is indeed a celebration of the Gambia's excellent human resource base. The fact that all these professionals and development practitioners, be they in the public, the private, the philanthropic, or in civil society, have come together today to discuss ways and means of contributing towards the development of the agenda for the new Gambia is what makes this event so exceptional.
The provision of a platform for the youth, the physically challenged, and the civil society group in this event creates a strong pillar for everyone to participate in nation building.
There are no more boundaries, there are no more limitations. There was a time when we could say that we lack talent. That is not the case today.
We need to spend more time on positive and productive preoccupations.
We have to change the mindset. We have to get that self-belief. We have to believe that the ultimate responsibility of developing this country is with the Gambian people.
This is not a spectator sport. You're not there to sit back and watch leadership happen. You are the leaders.
Because I am living proof that as a Gambian, raised in Gambia, bred in Gambia, taught in Gambia, eating benachin every day, you can reach everything that you dream about faster than you ever imagined.
Ideas lead and money follows. When I started Safe Hands, I didn't start this organization because I thought I was going to make money. No one gave me a dime to do what I do.
It is not the big titles that you carry, it's the difference, the positive impact you have on people that matters.
We congratulate you for your efforts and commitment and dedication to get to this level.
What Gambia should we strive for? I apologize, Mr. President. Forgive me to be. I would like to say the truth from my heart. Politicians have a problem. Our leaders have problems. Often people don't want to tell them the truth. Because we are all waiting for the opportunity to become heroes when they get into trouble. I don't want to be a hero. I want to speak the truth with all the respect due to my President, Vice President, and his excellent cabinet here. I have fears. What are my fears? Here are my fears. My fears are that we, Gambians, may create personality cults instead of institutions. I fear that tribalism may rear its head, its ugly head in the Gambia. I fear that tribalism may rear its ugly head in the Gambia as if it's a pretty, beautiful model and the norm in the Gambia. I fear that. Tribalism is unholy. For those of you who are Muslims, it says Surah 49, verse 13, O men and women, behold, I create you out of a male and a female. I put you into nations and tribes so that you may come to know each other. Tribalism, ladies and gentlemen, it is unholy, and I've never known Gambians to be tribalists. Let us not let our recent history make us tribalists. We are one Gambia, and I already told you, if we are one in the whole world, we are one in the Gambia. Your Excellency, with all my respects to you and to everybody here, the pursuit of economic development, which has become a sine qua non and a sacred one today in our world, is not possible in such an environment. Therefore, we must seek, and I am optimistic that we can seek an alternative environment where the pillars of economic development can be built. What are these pillars, ladies and gentlemen? History has been very generous to us by making them clear to us. First, strong and good governance. 2, appropriate social attitudes, especially towards work, investing, and saving. 3, the right strategies, including economic policies. 4, peace, 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 peace. Compatriots, peace. 5, education and health. And 6, valuable resources. But these resources don't have to be all natural. They may be man-made. They don't all have to be tangible. They can be intangible. You can create resources if you don't have them. And countries have done it. And I live in one such country that some of you may know. Ladies and gentlemen, we do not have gold. We do not have diamond. We do not have diamonds and petroleum that we produce, but we have passed better. The president is a sign of this. As a high school student, I've traveled across the Gambia with the head of state then, with government ministers, with fellow students from high school, and I've seen this treasure that we have in the Gambia. What is it? Good, warm, simple, hospitable people who can be one of our best assets in this world of cold and cruel. Hospitable people. The Gambians are good and special people, and I've seen it since high school.
One thing I firmly believe in is that whenever you rise to speak or to write about something that is already covered by existing literature, you want to really talk about things that would add value, things that are actually incremental, not just to say things that are already, I can say, maybe readily accessible and readily available in the public domain. And secondly also, I believe that it has to be a topic that is very relevant, and especially where we are now in the country. It's something that should be very relevant, and after all, you don't really want to waste people's time by talking about things that really nobody wants to hear about. One question that I always ask is, what are we really doing about income inequality? Or rather, are we really doing enough to close the gap? And for me, I find this thing very worrying. And I will tell you why. As I said earlier, I've been living in Rwanda for the last 12 years, over 12 years now. This is a country that suffered a huge tragedy in 1994. The country was completely destroyed. I'm sure you've heard about the horrifying stories about the genocide against the Tutsis. Today, the country has been rebuilt beyond recognition. It doesn't take much to see where Rwanda is. I mean, I receive Gambians every 2-3 weeks coming to Rwanda to see, for various things. Even recently, we had this AU parliament that was hosted in Rwanda where 5 parliamentarians were in the country. But I can tell you that if you see where the country is today, it is beyond recognition. But one discussion that I always have with Rwandans is, for this country to be liberated, it took a great deal of sacrifice. People put their lives at risk. Some people died. Some people take inordinate amount of risk to liberate the country. Now, those people who died, for instance, or those people who sacrificed, put their life at stake, when they see Rwandans, for instance, carrying on with their day-to-day business, are they really going to be proud to have made those sacrifices? i.e., are they living the life that makes those sacrifices warranted in the first place? And I guess we can also ask the same question here. Because the freedom, the liberty, peace we are enjoying today is all because of sacrifices people made in the past, the living and the dead. Now, these sacrifices and efforts were made for us to enjoy and continue. We are made to enjoy and for everybody, for all the Gambians to enjoy, not for some to enjoy and then others to suffer. Women's role in creating a stable and a very solid home is still undervalued, in my view. I think we in our respective homes, we really allow boys to have it very easy. When it comes to chores, it's always easy to call your daughter to say, and say, okay, do X, Y, Z, when the boys are just sitting there and doing nothing. Now, another thing that I have also learned is, for anything to happen in a country, peace, of course, it's very critical. It's something that goes without saying. Rwanda is a very peaceful and orderly country with strict observance of rule of law. Now, one thing interesting you will find is that to bribe the police in Rwanda is a serious criminal offense. If you are caught bribing the police, you might even end up in jail. And also, most of the government services, for example, you're looking for a birth certificate, you just name it. They are actually trying to digitize all the services and put them on a central platform. So what you do is you just go to an internet cafe. It's that simple. Go to an internet cafe, and the rest, people will guide you, of course, and tell you, okay, you want to look for a birth certificate. They give you a reference number, you go to the bank and pay, and the next few days you get your birth certificate or whatever document you are looking at. Now, this is something that I find very important, because for two things. One is, when you digitize, you increase efficiency. If you look at a country like Rwanda, which is just emerging from the ravages of the genocide that happened in 1994, if you look at where they are now, I think it gives us the confidence that always, once there is will, there is a way. If we really work hard, we will definitely get where we want to be. There is absolutely no doubt about it. I would like to conclude by emphasizing that there are big tasks ahead of us. And now is not the time for us to slack. We need to really move fast. We can't wait. And I think when it comes to matters of national interest, we always have to be guided by sense of patriotism, conscience, and sacrifice. Let's say no to inequality. Let's strive to be better than what we are today. We are one country and one people. Let's definitely be united. In his book entitled No Longer at Ease, Chinua Achebe, the great Nigerian writer, once said, a kinsman in trouble had to be saved, not blamed. Anger against a brother was felt in the flesh and not in the bones. So let's walk as Gambians. Let's be united as one people. And another saying goes, if you want to walk fast, you walk alone. But if you want to walk far, you have to walk together.
Gambia's National Development Plan is very much devised with these necessary goals in mind. The TAF Conference, in its own way, attempts to lend its support to the currents of this new era, serving as a channel for that necessary thrust forward. The organizers are to be commended for creating this platform for the exchange of ideas and the forging of synergies and partnerships to serve this movement to advance the country's growth and greater success in this new century. Gambia's Truth and Reconciliation Commission is up and running and is doing crucially important work, not least to heal wounds and to create a historical record of the wrongs of the past in the hope of not repeating them, while paying particular homage to the victims. Gambians have a lot to say and to contribute. Let us ensure their voices are amplified and heard within the country and abroad. The immense human potential of Gambians living inside and outside the country can combine to make important contributions to such efforts. Human capital and potential also means institutionally and systematically lifting barriers by providing equal opportunity for all members of society to thrive, reach their full potential, and to succeed. Women represent some 50% of Gambia's population. They are an immense asset whose potential has not yet been fully embraced. As I often say, and I firmly believe, equality for women is progress for all. History has shown that establishing the rule of law and a healthy, well-functioning judicial system are fundamental prerequisites to political stability and economic growth in any country. To the extent that greater constitutionality and accountability through the law can deter cronyism, conflict, war-making, and the commission of destabilizing crimes, certainly then, criminal justice at the national or international level can play an important role in Africa's economic growth and prosperity. I have full faith in the new generation. Young talents like all of you to carry the torch of enlightenment, tolerance, progress, and innovation as you dedicate yourself to your passions and to your dreams. Your generation is the age of hope and opportunity. It is the age where dignity, equality, diversity, and the respect for life and liberty, amongst other fundamental guarantees, have sacred value amongst the people of the world. Never doubt yourself or have regret. There is only one way to look, and that is forward. Drown out the noise. Continue to work hard and aim for the sky. It is yours to claim it. As you do, with humility and integrity as your guide, we will be watching you and watching you with pride and admiration. Gambia is yours to shape. Make it count. Excellencies, dear compatriots, at the dawn of another decade, I wish the Gambia great success, peace, and prosperity. And all of you, agents of that coveted condition, my admiration and fruitful deliberations.
It is with great delight that I look back at the past 30 years and see the successes that we have recorded as a company, particularly the thousands of families that we have sheltered in Africa, the lives we have impacted, and the businesses we have influenced across the African continent.
Let me first welcome you all to this TAFCON 2020, which is the 5th event of its kind, but which also commemorates 30 years of TAF Africa Global.
A day like this is really important because it is a day that brings a lot of people together, people from different walks of life, entrepreneurs, government officials, policymakers, professionals from all walks of life, and that alone, it's great in itself. You know, the networking that would be displayed would be something that would benefit each and everyone who is present here today.
Today has been a very, very exciting day for me, and probably not only for me but for the entire entrepreneurial ecosystem in the Gambia, because so many people actually applied for this. But then I would say we are among the few lucky ones to be among the top 10. So we are all very, very lucky, and we are all very appreciative of what Mustafa Njai and the team are actually doing in terms of giving back to the society. We really appreciate it, and we hope actually there are more people like Mustafa Njai and the team who would actually give back to the society actually.
The staff startups actually had about close to 100 entries this year, and some elimination was done, and we've ended up with 10 finalists. Now, out of the 10 finalists today, we're going to give out 7 consolation prizes. So the minimum that these ladies and gentlemen will walk out with is $50,000 as a consolation prize. And then the star prize is $1 million, whilst The first runner-up walks away with $500,000, and then the second runner-up, $250,000. So the first runner-up is Usman Rahman, Dex Doorstep Express. Now, obviously, the star prize goes to Jabi Green Hectares. And can I ask Madam Vice President, please?
I am Mohammed Jabi. I am the founder and the manager of Jabi Green Hectares. Jabi Green Hectares is a 10-hectare farmland that is located in Jalambang, West Coast region, and we are specialized in horticultural and citrus production.
Second TAF Icon recipient, Oko Drame, is now a producer residing in Europe and in Kenya, and has been a major force in presenting a great variety of African singers, composers, instrumentalists through the renowned African Music Festival, which he is the founder and chairman.
Allow me to observe at the outset that these are exciting times in the Gambia, where a new beginning has given hope to the promise of nation rebuilding on the crucial pillars of good governance, equal opportunity, development, and respect for the rule of law. An era where innovative and an entrepreneurial spirit can thrive, where ideas and innovation can take root and be cultivated, where the potential of all Gambians can be fostered without distinction, and where different sectors of society constructively interact and are galvanized in the service of a common cause. That is, to build, hand in hand, a stronger, secure, and prosperous Gambia. I wish to thank Mr. Mustafa Njai, fondly called TAF, for his leadership and vision for the youths of this country, whom he places as important actors for the development of our country.
I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate Mr. Mustafa Njai and his team on this 5th TAFCON and the attainment of a major milestone for TAF Africa Global, which is celebrating 30 years successful operations, first in the Gambia and then in the sub-region.
Thank you for watching the TAF Hub. Until we come your way on our next episode, subscribe, like, and share.